WCSM's General Store is brought to you by Christine Flynn, your local farmers insurance agent. Orion Saft, the AME Group for all your technical needs. And Buy Now Closeouts, your local discount retailer. WCSM is recorded at 70X7 Studio.
Howdy, howdy. It's WCSM's General Store on this Friday from the 70X7 studio. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's good to have you on this, Memorial Day weekend.
Did you say howdy, howdy?
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
Wasn't there a group, Boy Howdy?
Boy Howdy.
Boy Howdy.
Mm-hmm.
There was?
I think they had one hit. I don't even think it was a hit. It might have been a top 10.
But their name.
But they're Boy Howdy.
You can't.
They're a 110 wonder.
You never forget them, though. What was the song?
No idea.
Yeah. I have to look that up.
That's one of my favorite lines in the movie Toy Story, and I don't know if it was the first one or the second. It was the second one, I think, because it's when Buzz Lightyear is there for that first time he comes on the scene, and Woody gets tossed in the toy box, and Andy takes Buzz instead of Woody.
Is that a true story?
It is a true story.
I think it is.
It's absolutely a true story. And so the
Based on a true story.
Right.
the Andy walks out with a whole, taking Buzz, and
Right.
Woody pops his head up out of the toy box.
Right.
So funny. I love those movies because they've got so many great one-liners.
Yeah.
And Woody's like, there he go. He's kind of looking like this, and
Yeah.
Shark. Do you remember Shark?
Yeah,
You
pops
remember
up.
the shark pops up with Woody's head on and goes, hey, something. Hey there, I'm Sheriff Woody, kind of like mocking him or whatever. That's one of my favorite
He's in a
things.
great mood.
Yeah. And Woody looks at
Woody's
him and is
all
like,
sad.
yeah, Woody's going to get that perfect look on his face. Like, yeah. I love that movie. In fact, I may go home and watch the
I know you're
Toy
a big
Story.
fan.
Huge fan of Toy Story. So, huge fan of you joining us. Thanks for being here today. In fact, we want to thank our top fans, our good old boys and good old girls. Who we got over there?
Oh, we got a bunch of them here. For 3 weeks, Jane Hanser. Thanks a bunch.
Very nice.
Jane?
Bill
Jane's a good
Weaver.
friend of mine.
Yeah.
Bill Weaver for a month.
Bill Weaver. Big Bill
Bill
Weaver.
Bill Weaver,
He's been
Bill Weaver.
For a month?
Yeah.
For a month. Nice. Thanks,
Yep.
Bill.
Linda Judd, a month on her. Sheila M. Stevens,
That's, yep,
Yep.
3 weeks.
Sheila Marlene.
There you go. Chris Hill, friend of mine from Rogers Group. He's been with us
Excellent.
for a month.
Excellent.
Deb Hatton-Englert, Stephen Hawkins, and David Vaughn. He's been with us for
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
For a while.
Yeah, that's
sure
awesome.
has.
Very, very good. Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you to all of our, we love all of our fans, top and bottom.
Equally.
And the ones in the middle.
Yes.
Equally.
So you become a top fan and you get mentioned when you interact with us.
Right.
So Facebook reads that those interactions that the algorithm picks up how active you are on our page, and then that bumps you up the list. So if you'd like to hear your name on WCSM's General Store, just interact with us.
Mark, you want to hear your name?
Curt gives us
Questionable.
Kurt gives you a lot of opportunities during the week to interact, whether it's with trivia or just fun questions or like what was your first concert, whatever. If you interact or just comment on our podcast,
That's right.
our
Let
video.
us know you're here.
Yeah, and then that enables us to see you as a top fan. So
Yeah.
we would love that a whole bunch. So it's Memorial Day weekend, right? The official kicked off to summer, even though summer isn't officially here until what? I know, night.
Look at that.
You
We're ready
got
for the
your
beach.
you
We
got
got-
your Hawaiian flowery
That's
shirts
right.
on.
We're ready.
The beach.
Yeah.
We're ready, aren't we?
So this is the weekend, like the pool's open.
Yes.
The local pool's open. Obviously, summer's not here until like what, June 21st or something, I think is the first day of summer.
Whatever.
But we're
Nah.
so
Ain't nobody waiting on that.
yeah.
Everybody
no.
knows.
You know,
You
this
start
is the-
Memorial Day, you end Labor Day. It's always been. It's always been that
That's
way
right.
before. It's
That's right.
all.
Nobody's
So-
going to change it.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and so Memorial Day weekend, big weekend, people are grilling out and just, going to the lake. It's just it just feels so good. Kids are almost out of school.
Right.
Like what? Probably, I don't know. I think it differs in
Those who
within
go,
the county even, but
those who actually go to the last day of school.
Right.
right, exactly. Some of them are already out. You know
Already
what I mean?
skipped. Yeah.
But so good stuff.
And the most famous race in the world.
Is this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You don't know about
Oh yeah.
yeah. Are you familiar?
He might.
Are you familiar?
He's worked
I
a
think
few.
I've. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've worked a few with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mercy.
Aren't you
Lot
glad
of
you don't have
fun.
to do those kind of details anymore?
We
State
miss-
fair, all those.
We miss it every day, don't we, bud?
I can see you starting to get a little misty eyed.
Right. So.
No more fun than when it's pouring the rain and you're out directing traffic.
Right.
And you forgot your rain jacket in your car because it wasn't raining
2
an hour
miles.
ago
Yeah.
when you started.
Right. Or if it's 137 degrees out there in the middle of the intersection, that's fun too.
All those
Yeah.
very sober race fans running by
Yes.
and making fun of you as they drive by. It's a lot of fun. Very much fun. We love the Indy 500.
We
Yeah,
love
the greatest spectacle
Great
in racing.
tradition.
it.
It's really more about the drunk fans than it is the racing. Let's
On
be
our-
honest. The
on-
snake pit.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I
When
was
we
going to
were
say, if
there.
you've ever been to Snake Pit,
the,
it truly is.
a
Which,
spectacle.
from what I understand, is a little more tame
I don't even know that they...
nowadays.
Well, the old snake pit is no longer there.
No.
So
They've-
I don't know where they go now, but I don't
They-
think even then it's still.
Oh, they still have a snake pit.
But it's not as. I don't
No,
think it's
no.
as
Here. No.
Well,
like it was back in the
That was before
60s
it was
and
officially.
70s.
That was before it was officially called the Snake Pit. That's how it got the name Snake.
Yes, right, exactly.
Now they call it that.
Oh, it wasn't named that before.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
It earned its
it was.
name.
It earned
Yes,
its name.
yes.
The old-fashioned
Yes.
way.
pretty
but,
rough.
but we all grew up with the Indy 500. We've got good
Yeah.
memories of the 500. We
Oh
just
yeah.
talking about
AJ Foyt days.
yes,
and Johnny Rutherford.
Oh.
And, yeah.
yes.
The
absolutely.
Unsers. Unbelievable.
But working it
tradition.
is a whole different
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet it.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
whole different situation. So, but we love the 500.
You do see some sights.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Some I'd rather forget. But
I think I only went to the Indy 500 once, maybe.
Really.
Well, it was on Sunday, and my mother didn't let us miss church. So,
yeah.
and in fact, the year I went, she was very mad at me that I went with a group of friends.
that right?
I don't know if I was still in high school. I guess I probably was. Might have been my senior year or junior year. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, she wasn't very happy about it. But and then I think
Who won
I
that year?
don't know. I don't know. Probably one of the answers. I'm guessing. I don't know. It was might have been Rick Mears. I don't know.
Was
It
there
was
a
like
race?
80.
Rick Mears won a few.
It was 80 between 80 and 82, somewhere around in there. So it could have been
Oh.
Rick
That's
Mears.
Rick Mears' era. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been Rick.
Do you remember the name Teo Fabi?
Oh yeah.
You remember that name?
Yeah.
He was on the pole,
Yes.
I believe, in
A
1980.
lot of people were upset about it.
Maybe
Oh.
81.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was outside.
And I know
the circle.
Fabio.
Yeah.
Is that the same?
No,
It's a joke.
I know.
kidding,
I know. I
I'm
resemble him, but
Oh,
no,
yes.
that's not. That's
It's
not,
the hair.
It's the hair, sure, and the shirt, clearly.
Right,
So,
right.
I thought
yeah,
I was thinking
Teo-
the intelligence, but
Yeah.
Teo Fabi was on the pole, and I think it was 81, 80 or
have
81.
been.
Yeah, so that was always a cool name to me. I would always go out and ride my bike around the church parking lot. We lived right next door to a church, and I would emulate
You were
that. I
Teo
was.
Of all
Fabi?
people, you're going to say you're Teo Fabi
no.
instead of like,
Oh no! It wasn't that. It so much as it was a cool name to say. Teo
Oh, okay.
Fabi. Teo Fabi. Teo Fabi.
Okay.
No, I was a huge Mears,
say it one more time.
Foyt,
AJ Foyt,
Rutherford. Oh, AJ Foyt,
cowboy.
epitome of cool.
Like Dale Earnhardt,
oh,
AJ Foyt, Brett Favre. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like those
yeah.
are those the cowboy.
Danny Solomon.
Ugh.
Remember the,
Just so
the
good.
360 he did and went
Yeah.
on to win the race?
Yep.
Amazing.
But AJ Foyt, man.
there's yeah.
And Mario
Tony-
Andretti.
Mario Andretti.
Mario
And
Andretti is slowing down.
Oh.
Everybody knows that. Poor
Oh, it's
guy.
hilarious.
I know. You talk
Poor
about a
guy.
guy who had such a great reputation for racing.
Yeah.
He
And-
only won
One.
His first year,
one,
I think.
right?
I think it was his first year in the
69?
500.
Is that right?
Could have
Yeah.
been, yeah, it's way back.
So yeah, he had
Everybody thought, oh, he's going to win
It's
100.
because
Yeah.
he always had to race against AJ Foyt.
well, that didn't help.
But then the Unsers, and then there was also the Rutherford, Johnny Rutherford.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
won.
Tom Sneva.
Yeah, I mean
Tom
they were
Sneva was
really
good.
big
Yeah.
back in this.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of
In those
great,
days.
great names.
Yes.
Carnelli
there's-
Jones.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
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 There you go.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Mark Donahue, obviously, because he had the name Mark. So that was.
It's a great name.
It was.
Good.
Now,
Donahue.
when I was in 5th grade at Unionville, my my 5th grade teacher,
Yeah.
so her name was Mrs. Kinzer. It's Joey Moore is she's married to Joe Moore, but at the time she was married to Sheldon Kinzer, and the year I was in 5th grade, she was our teacher.
Yeah.
And Sheldon was a local. He's of the Kinzer family here locally.
Sure.
He ran at just during probably maybe 2 or 3 years there. He raced at the 500, and so our 5th grade class. So Mrs. Moore's 5th grade class got our name on his Indy 500 car, which was a big deal.
Sheldon ran at the 500?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe.
that right?
It might have been only 2, but
I
yeah.
can't remember who
What-
the sponsor was, but yeah,
Like
it
mid
was up there.
70s, late 70s?
Mid to late. Let's see.
Yeah, okay.
Mid, probably.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's my
Really cool.
that was my not claim to fame, but my
Right.
real connection with the 500.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting.
Oh,
you
I
know?
bet in 5th grade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. It was
that'd
like a
been
big
awesome.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
I
do
mean,
you-
clearly, I never forgot about it. Right.
Right.
Do you remember the first female driver? I think I'm right. I'm not sure. Janet Guthrie.
Janet Guthrie. Yep.
I was just about to say that.
I knew.
Yeah,
That's
sure you
why I
were.
wanted to jump
Sure
in
you-
before you got it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. Now there was some trivia that me and you were talking about in the
Yeah.
car one time.
Yeah.
And you told me to call the guy. Who was
I
the
said
guy?
it's the guy that knows everything.
He
Donald Davidson.
Yes.
That guy. That guy. That's the guy.
and he's English, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He knows every trivial fact
Every.
imaginable. He was unbelievable
Yeah.
on his knowledge.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
he's-
Kurt and I, when they are listening, of course, I didn't know Kurt was the guru of calling all radio shows. He's won
steeped
every
in-
contest.
Are you kidding me? It's because he's
I-
cheap and he wants to win everything for free.
So anyway, I said, I bet you don't get through. He got through to him and called him and talked to him live on the air
Oh yeah. He's
while
like-
we were in the our car.
So Mark says we disagreed
Long
on
time
something.
listener, first time caller.
Yeah.
So we disagreed on something. Remember? I can't.
No, we didn't disagree. We just were curious. Had there ever been more than 33 drivers in the race
in
before?
the race.
And
You
the
said
answer-
no.
I said I don't think. I said I
I'm
never
pretty
recalled
sure
it.
there had.
And
been.
you said that you thought
And
that.
and Mark said, "Well, just call him." Just
Yeah.
call him.
Don't think I won't.
He did, and of course he got through first time.
And
This is
and
Donald Davidson.
So we're listening in the car.
You got to be kidding me! There's a
And-
million people in
Yeah.
Minneapolis. He gets through right first call. Ring. Oh, it's Donald Davidson.
So, and I can't remember what year it was, but there was a year or two, maybe three, that there
more,
was
yeah.
more than 33.
He even told us who their sponsored cars
of course. He probably-
Okay. All right. Pump the brakes there, Donald. We don't need that. Just tell me.
were. But he loves to impress with his, and he is he is an encyclopedia.
Oh.
Before the internet, I mean, he
That was him.
He was so fast. It just
Yeah.
boom, boom, and he had it. He knew it.
Yeah. No
Wow,
question.
that's pretty cool.
It's amazing. It really is.
He was. I
probably-
think he's recently retired, but
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could probably told you where they stayed, what
Oh,
hotel
yeah.
they stayed in.
he can tell you who led lap 33 in 1922. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
craziness.
First
Wow.
winner.
Ray
Oh.
Haroon.
Arun, good
I couldn't
job,
come up
bud.
with the name.
That's impressive. That's
Yeah.
impressive. Good
Well, we
job.
talked about not too long ago. You and I were talking about it, and we'd mentioned that.
And at that time,
Yeah.
I think, didn't the mechanics ride on the
It's
car
yeah.
itself?
Mm-hmm.
Remember seeing pictures of
I don't know.
the
yeah.
mechanic would ride with
Pretty
them?
cool.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know what the speed was, but I don't think
Well,
it was
I
very
mean,
fast.
but if it's 20 miles an hour, it would have been too fast for
500
me to
miles.
ride on the outside of that car.
the era for me was definitely that like 70s. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
70s,
that was
early
the
80s.
man. That was so good
Yes.
with again
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Foyt and the
Oh,
Unsers
yeah.
and
Yes.
the Andretti and the Rutherfords and right up to Rick Mears. And then after Rick Mears, I think it starts. It changes. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it
There's
did.
just I don't know what it is.
There was
There's
a Firestone.
Yeah, there
something
was a
with the
controversy with the drivers and
tires or
things, and Penske
something.
broke away.
Yeah.
for a
the
while.
greatness of it, or
Yeah.
the coolness of it, or
Yeah.
the coolness of the
Yeah.
drivers.
Yeah.
You know, it just all changed.
Right.
But if you've never seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari, it's kind of set in that same time
You're right.
frame.
You're right.
Of when man racing was so
Oh.
awesome then.
Yep.
So
just
cool.
so awesome, and you know,
Yeah.
the Shelby and Carol Shelby. That's a great movie if you've never seen it. I mean, it's like 4 hours, but watch it. It's worth the time.
And didn't we hear somewhere where Indy 500 was one of the most popular sports events besides soccer? Or something?
Yep.
Anyway,
yes,
that's pretty cool to have right here and
right in your own backyard,
right here back home again in Indiana.
All right.
So okay.
Very fun.
Yeah, just wanted to, before we take a break, wanted to go into talk about one of our great sponsors, the AME Group. They're one of the largest, most successful managed service technology providers in the country. As your technology success partner, they design, they plan, procure, implement, support, and manage all your aspects of your business technology so you don't have to worry about it. They view their role as partnership with their clients and invest in their business growth, planning, and success. If you are even considering using managed technology service, give Orion Saft a call at area code 812-320-0389. A friend of mine for more than 40 years. You can trust Orion. You can count on him for your company's tech needs and know that he'll take care of your business just like it's his own. So give Orion a call.
Very good. We'll be back with more General Store after this.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent Christine Flynn put her experience to work for you. Christine Flynn proudly serves Monroe, Lawrence, and Greene County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Christine Flynn at 812-822-2905 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Christine Flynn at 812-822-2905. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Buy Now Closeouts, located at 3478 West 3rd Street in Bloomington. Buy Now Closeouts has everything you could possibly need for a remodel or new build. Vanities, sinks, faucets, in a wide selection of all shapes and sizes. Washers, dryers, cabinets, fixtures, everything at discount prices. Gas ranges, electric stovetops, huge slashes on name brand items. Need flooring? You'll find stacks of it. Everything you need for your bathroom, kitchen, and dining areas. Buy Now Closeouts. You've got to check this out before you go anywhere else. New items arriving weekly and our inventory changes all the time, so stop in and see what's in stock for you. Buy Now Closeouts at 3478 West 3rd Street, behind Crew Car Wash. Don't buy later, buy now.
He caught us off guard, Mike. Thank you.
Wow.
We're awake. We're awake.
Yeah, wake up.
Hello.
Welcome back to the General Store, man. Great last episode talking about Memorial Day weekend, of course, the month of May, and the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500, and some great names of the past, and just how much it really has changed. It's, we were just talking quickly before we move on, how those iconic drivers that really kind of put it on the map, even though, when did it start? Like in the early 1900s?
Oh, yeah.
1911, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah,
1918,
early.
but so
Early,
but really the 70s was kind of the sweet spot, right? Because now you're on television, and
Totally.
I mean, I can remember even now, like I could look at pictures of Mario Andretti and Al Unser Sr. and AJ Foyt and Rutherford. They are so handsome. Like they've got the black, they've got the black Wayfarers on, and they got the hairs.
Yeah.
And Mario Andretti's got the coiffed, pompadour. And I
Right.
mean, they were like literally like Hollywood stars. I just told you that they were like Al Sr., Andretti, AJ Foyt, like Rutherford. They were like the Rat Pack of the 500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they had this
Totally.
whole persona. They were
I mean,
so
did
cool.
they ever pay for dinner anywhere in Indianapolis.
Never.
Had it.
Of course, they all had about 6 wives.
charge-
You know what I mean? Like, that's
Who
not
would charge
good either.
AJ Foyt
Right.
for a hamburger in Indianapolis?
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
who would do that?
We need to talk to them if they did.
Yeah.
If they did.
Just, yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty.
Yeah,
That was the
it's-
glory days. For
It
sure.
really was. It
You
really
remember when he got out and started beating his car with a hammer? I mean, it was iconic. I mean, he started, where?
And you know,
I remember he beating somebody in the pits one time. He got into a fight with somebody. I can't remember who it was.
I just remember he got out of his
May
car.
have
He was
been
so mad
Linebacker.
the mechanics couldn't fix it. He got out with a hammer, just started beating the crap out of his car.
but that's what you loved about
Oh
it, right?
yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
brought. That's what
which
made.
had the same. Dale Earnhardt had
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
same mindset.
Persona, sure.
Yeah.
Persona
Yeah,
as
yeah.
those guys did
Totally.
and for NASCAR.
Yeah.
And
Old
I think
Yeah.
honestly, and don't hate me. You know,
Too
you can
late.
send me a letter if you want, but I think the Indianapolis 500 has been changed and ruined, and I think NASCAR's been ruined. I'm sorry, it's a race. Why are we calling it a playoff? I don't understand that. I mean, I think any true race fan probably feels the same way about what they've done to
Yeah,
NASCAR.
I mean-
and Dale Earnhardt would not have stood for it.
You're right.
Ever. I mean, it would not be like this
Yeah.
had it something that happened to Dale.
And we know sports change.
Yeah.
Things change. For
that
whatever
much?
reason.
But that
I get it.
much?
I get it.
Yeah.
But think about baseball right now.
Oh, that's
You got the pitcher clock, right, or whatever
oh,
they're calling
for the
it.
love.
Yeah.
Do they have to ruin everything? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Have you seen this? Is it? I haven't watched the game since they've
Yeah,
started,
they-
but I've heard it's affected games already.
Oh, totally. There's did they say there's more hits and more stolen bases now, or something? Something has
more
gone
stolen
up.
bases.
More stolen bases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Does it move the game faster?
it does.
See, that's what they're doing.
Well,
They're-
the stolen bases
so-
things make sense because the guy can watch the clock and know exactly when the pitcher doesn't have enough time to throw it over.
So-
there.
well, that's
exactly what it is.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he only gets one try, I think, to pitch it over to first.
Oh,
That's
usually
it.
they'd go forever
Limit.
going back and forth to
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Well, that
Now,
changes the whole
also-
game.
I know it's not,
Also,
it's
when it
crazy.
goes into extra innings, don't they put a man on second to
Yeah,
start?
they did that
On-
last
on-
year, I think, or couple. They've had
or
that
maybe
for
in
a
the
while.
minors they did that.
No, they do it if they put a man on second. I think they do it in the pros. I'm not sure, but I know.
It just
I know
yeah.
they used to do it in Andy's Pee Wee League.
well, and that's I guess it's
Which is the great point.
I know.
Like, why are we doing this at this level?
I
That's
know.
Pee Wee.
well,
You're
I
right.
can tell you why.
You know what I
that
mean?
It's,
I
it's
know
because they
exactly
got to
what
shorten
you
the length of the game.
Well, that's exactly
That's
what
it's
it is.
about.
Yeah.
Well, and it's because society no longer has an attention span. I mean,
Right.
Now,
TikTok
Sheila-
has got us trained to.
Could
30
you hurry
seconds.
up? I'm getting tired of this conversation.
I know, right? Exactly.
Sheila was mad when they turned the lights on it regularly though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just if it's not
The
broke, don't fix
Sattlers
it.
had to change the
Right.
line to where they put a dome
on
on
Wrigley Field. Right. But the games change. Things change for whatever reason. Whether it's TV, whether it's time, whether it's safety, whatever it is, things do change.
I don't like it.
I know. I'm against
Are
it too.
you again it?
I'm against it too. But just like I guess my grandfather would have loved taking their kids to the in the 50s to baseball and seeing how they did things then. Totally different in the 70s.
Right.
But for me, I mean, I love the 70s baseball. That's what you grew up on too.
Oh, yeah.
With
I have a
Big Red Machine and
yeah. I
and
loved it.
everything else.
I can
So,
tell you every starter. Yep, it's great. But
Go ahead.
don't watch it anymore. Do you want them all?
Let's hear.
No, we don't have time. We don't have time.
I
You're
can't
trying
name
to,
9 players.
You're telling me to rein the show in, and then you're going to turn
I
him loose.
enticed him. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
I'm
I
sorry.
can do it.
Zip it. Zip.
I can do it.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
No, but you know what's? Yeah,
Sorry.
I just am not a. Yeah,
Okay.
I really am not a fan. I mean, Perry kind of watches it now, but of course,
Racing? Are
Perry's
we
a
back
race
to
car.
racing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to rein you guys in. It's Memorial
Sorry.
Day weekend. And
We're
we're
getting
talking
off
about
the
racing.
rails.
Sorry.
But I mean, Perry's a race car driver. You
Yeah.
know, he was a Bloomington Speedway track champion, rookie of the year. He's
Right.
driven. We're big racing fans.
Right.
And he even stopped watching for a while, but he's watching it, but with much chagrin. I think he's even like, ugh, now it's the playoffs or whatever for the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I hate that. I just hate it's just so different. But anyway, and you're right. Everything changes, and there is not a thing in this world, not one thing in this world that doesn't change.
Right.
Everything
Right.
changes.
Right.
But there's one thing that doesn't change. That's right. That's right. I'll tell you what doesn't change is, in fact, we were. It was a preacher this morning talked about it, and I'm going to forget it. I'm going to forget it. I don't think it was Malachi. It might have been Hebrews. I think it's in Hebrews. Jesus is the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow, right? Forever. Like, so Jesus never changes. So if you're like me and don't like change, but everything changes around you, and you know, a lot of change can be painful, whether it's, you know, you're aging and you age out of your job that you've loved all these years, you know what I mean? Or your spouse passes away, or some change can even be painful, but Jesus never changes. And when you think about that, when the pastor was talking about that, I was like, wow, you know, a lot of scripture becomes cliche. Oh, you know, Jesus never changes, or Jesus today, same today. You know, I think they end up becoming catchphrases.
Right.
We don't really think about it until you put it in context of, wow, life is, that's all life is a change, right?
Right.
But Jesus never
It's
changes.
amazing.
So
it's amazing, really.
it is. So that's so comforting to remember that in its context and everything. Anyway, I just wanted to insert that while you were talking about change.
Very good.
I'm like, Jesus doesn't change. So, but before we wrap up the show, though, because, you know, Memorial Day weekend is awesome. Like Perry and I have got our pool open, and so it's usually the first weekend that you can have a cookout and have friends over, and you can be in the pool and or you can go out on the boat, what have you. But that's not what Memorial Day is about. And so Memorial Day is not about cookouts and the lake and the Indianapolis 500.
Hence the name.
Why, right. While those are great things to do on the weekend, Memorial Day actually is Remembrance Day is what it is originally was called or referred to. But it's to remember those who passed away or lost their life fighting for our country.
Right.
Not just veterans who have died, but that actually, that's where it started, was remembering those who lost their lives in the fight for freedom. Now it's kind of expanded more to where, you know, like I have for several years, when the boys were little, I haven't done it since the boys have gotten older, although I need to because it still needs to be done. Local veterans organizations, AMVETS, American Legion, and I don't want to forget the other one. VFW. They go out and decorate the graves of our veterans and fallen soldiers at the local cemeteries. And on Saturday, so tomorrow. So anyway, but now it's kind of expanded to where Memorial Day is really about remembering anyone who served, even if they came home and lived a long, full life. But originally, Remembrance Day was about those who were killed in war. But we just, and then also, then it became people decorating graves of their loved ones. I mean, because we all decorate, you know, your grandparents or your parents who passed away or whoever. You know, a lot of flowers end up at the graveyards, right, at the cemetery.
That was the original name, was Decoration Day.
Decoration Day, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. But, so while you're out decorating graves for your loved ones, it would be awesome just to take a moment to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms in this country.
I will say it is a great experience. I know you've done it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing.
My family went out and did that last year.
With the flags? It is. I did it with AMVETS on that
We plan on doing it tomorrow as well.
Good.
And where my grandfather is buried, we usually take that square all around. And they're real good about giving you a list. And the names and the markers.
Map
and all
with
that.
it.
Yeah, and map it out. So it's really, it is a moving experience.
Yeah.
We did that with the boys. Like with the boys were probably like 3 and 5 when I started doing it. And we did it with them through probably middle school, early high school.
Yeah.
Perry and I took them every Memorial Day weekend on that Saturday. And we always went to Valhalla.
Yeah, that's where we go.
Okay,
that's where we go.
That's AMVETS.
Yep.
AMVETS has that cemetery. I think another one does Rose Hill, and then maybe the VFW does some of the smaller outlying ones. But basically, you just plant a flag.
That's it.
And they'll give you a list of the different gardens, and then you can have a group of people, and you all work it together. But it's really, really incredible when it's all done and you look out and you see all of the flags. It's beautiful.
It really is. You know, when you're putting that flag in and you're seeing that name.
Yes.
And then you're seeing the years and you're saying, oh, well, he was born in 1920. You know, and you think, well, how old was he when Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
You know, and he got the call, and then you just sit there and you think about that. thank you so much.
Yes. It's very moving.
Oh.
And if you've never done that before, I would encourage you. In fact, if you want to show up tomorrow morning at Valhalla Memory Gardens here on the west side of Bloomington, it's off of, I think, is it Johnson?
Johnson Edition.
It's Johnson Edition. What's
it's off
the
of
road?
3rd Street.
What is the name of that
3rd
road?
Street,
Oh, I can't believe I can't remember the
now,
name of
if
it.
Bill
Yeah,
Williams doesn't
That's
know.
right, peculiar. That was a city street, I think.
So, but it's right.
He only knows the county.
It's West
3rd
3rd.
Street. Yes,
It's
exactly.
West 3rd Street. Bill's going to look
now
it
there
up.
is I think there is a memorial, or there's a monument company
Yes.
right there
Yes.
in front.
Yeah, it used
So
to be an Allstate agent.
So yeah.
But
So,
anyway, so it's
you can
down there
find it.
back
Yeah.
by Johnson Edition, but it's
Right.
Valhalla Memory Gardens. They show up at around, I think, 9. They've got all the flags.
Yeah.
They've got all the maps, and
That's right.
they, many hands make light work.
Right.
So the more volunteers they get,
Yeah.
the quicker the process is. We've gone and done it
Yeah.
before, where it's taken
great
us
family
5-6 hours.
Yeah.
It takes. So the more people that show up, it makes it a little bit faster. But
Where's
if
Johnson?
you've never done it, is it Johnson?
Yeah, it's Johnson
Lane or Johnson Road? That's what or Johnson Drive, something like
Johnson
that.
Avenue.
Johnson Avenue, yeah.
Good job, Sheila.
And so, I've been out there so much. And my grandpa's,
Johnson and Johnson.
Papa's buried out there, and my uncle and stuff. But anyway, so if you've never done it, we just encourage you.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, Valhalla and Vets Post 2000 here in Bloomington would love to have you help. Take your young kids.
Please.
It's so important to encourage them to. If we don't teach our younger generations this, it will all be gone.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
we have to
That's
instill
right.
that in
There's
them.
a
So it's
reason
so
we
important.
live our lives the way we do.
Right.
Our lifestyle is because people laid their life down
That's
for us.
right.
So thank you
Right.
very much.
Yep.
All right. Well, we hope you have a blessed, safe.
Please.
We know there's a lot of beverages being drunk this weekend, and so be smart. Don't drink and drive, please.
No.
And just be real careful. Be safe. Have a great weekend, though. But anyway, God bless you. We hope you have a blessed Memorial Day weekend. And if it's the Lord's will, we'll see you back in here next Friday, and who knows what'll happen. All right. Bye.